The Cassandra Crossing is a 1976 disaster thriller film directed by George P. Cosmatos. It is notable for its ensemble cast and its blend of suspense, action, and drama. The movie is set aboard a luxury train and revolves around the potential catastrophe resulting from a deadly viral outbreak. Plot overview. The story begins with a terrorist group attempting to bomb the headquarters of the International Health Organization in Geneva. During the attack, one of the terrorists becomes infected with a highly contagious and deadly plague. He boards a train traveling from Geneva to Stockholm, unknowingly spreading the disease. As the virus begins to infect the passengers, Colonel Stephen Mackenzie, a military officer, takes charge of the situation. He orders the train to be rerouted to Poland, where it will cross the dangerously unstable Cassandra Bridge, effectively quarantining the infected passengers. This decision raises moral and ethical dilemmas, as the bridge is structurally unsound and likely to collapse. The passengers, including a variety of characters such as a doctor, her estranged lover, and a priest, must grapple with the growing infection and the prospect of doom as they near the bridge. Cast: Sophia Loren as Jennifer Rispoli Chamberlain, Richard Harris as Dr. Jonathan Chamberlain, Burt Lancaster as Colonel Stephen Mackenzie, Ava Gardner as Nicole Dressler, Martin Sheen as Robbie Navarro, O.J. Simpson as Haley, the priest. Director: George P. Cosmatos. Music: Jerry Goldsmith. The movie was filmed in various European locations, including Italy and Switzerland. The train sequences were a highlight, contributing to the film's suspenseful atmosphere. The film's pivotal location, the Cassandra Bridge, is a fictional creation. However, the scenes involving the bridge were filmed on a real bridge in France, the Viaduct de Garabet, a 19th-century structure designed by Gustave Eiffel. The producers intentionally cast big names like Sophia Loren, Burt Lancaster, and Ava Gardner to attract a global audience. The movie was part of the 1970s trend of star-studded disaster films like Earthquake, 1974, and The Poseidon Adventure, 1972. These films often featured characters from various walks of life dealing with crises, which was a recipe for drama and tension. While fictional, the story drew inspiration from the Cold War-era fears of bioterrorism and pandemics. The film's plot resonates with modern audiences due to its depiction of a viral outbreak and quarantine measures. The music by Jerry Goldsmith added to the film's tension and drama. Goldsmith was a legendary composer known for his work on Star Trek and The Omen. The closed environment of the train symbolizes confinement and inevitable conflict, making it an ideal setting for suspense. The train's journey toward an unstable bridge adds a layer of ticking clock urgency. Critics and audiences debated the film's ethical dilemmas, such as whether sacrificing the infected passengers was justified. The movie subtly critiques authoritarian decision-making and the expendability of lives in the name of greater good. The special effects involving the bridge collapse were highly praised, considering the technological limitations of the era. Models and practical effects were used to simulate the train disaster. O.J. Simpson, cast as a priest, was an unconventional choice, adding to the film's mix of serious and unexpected casting decisions. His film has gained a cult following among fans of 1970s cinema, disaster films, and pandemic-related thrillers. The production budget for the Cassandra Crossing was approximately $3.5 million. This was a significant investment for a European production at the time, particularly for a film of this scale involving an international ensemble cast and extensive location shooting. The movie achieved moderate commercial success, grossing about $15 million worldwide during its theatrical release. While not a blockbuster, the film's earnings ensured it turned a profit, largely due to its appeal in international markets. After its theatrical run, the movie generated additional income from television syndication and VHS DVD sales, which further cemented its profitability. While it wasn't a record-breaking success, The Cassandra Crossing remains a notable example of a mid-budget international film that found its audience through clever casting and timely themes. Positive reviews. Critics praised the performances of Sophia Loren, Richard Harris, and Burt Lancaster, with some noting their ability to elevate the material. Loren, in particular, was commended for her screen presence. The concept of a deadly virus spreading on a confined train was regarded as a fresh and suspenseful idea for the disaster genre. Ennio Guarnieri's cinematography and Jerry Goldsmith's score received accolades for enhancing the film's atmosphere and adding emotional depth. The moral questions posed by the plot, particularly the decision to reroute the train to cross the unstable Cassandra Bridge, were praised as thought-provoking. It's a rare disaster film that makes you think about the cost of human lives. The practical effects, including the bridge collapse sequence, were well received for their realism and tension. Negative reviews. Critics often found the plot overly melodramatic and predictable, noting that it fell into common disaster movie tropes. Some reviewers criticized the pacing, feeling that the movie dragged in the middle before ramping up the tension in the final act. While the cast was praised, the characters themselves were often described as shallow or stereotypical. Some felt the film didn't adequately explore the moral implications of its central dilemma, instead focusing on spectacle. The resolution was divisive, with some viewers finding it abrupt or unsatisfying. The climax feels rushed, and the ultimate fate of the passengers lacks emotional impact. Audiences, particularly fans of disaster movies, enjoyed the thrills in the train setting, helping it gain cult status over time. While The Cassandra Crossing wasn't universally acclaimed, its unique premise and engaging moments make it a memorable entry in the 1970s disaster genre.